Hi everyone, I'm Isabel. I came to church during Easter 2 years ago, and today I'm going to be sharing about my life by answering some questions I was given. So if you're ready, let's go! Well, okay, let's see. What is the first question? How were you like before you became a Christian? Well, I used to be really desperate for people to like me. My social media image meant everything to me. This is embarrassing. But I installed an app to track whoever unfollowed me on Instagram. When they did so, I would ignore them and even spread false rumors about them. Also, I was addicted to the applause of people. One thing I was confident in was dance. I strived hard and went for international competitions. When I was 10, I took up acting classes and performed in a few episodes of a TV series on Octo. Here's my 10 seconds of fame.
There's a fruit, it's red and brown, an apple is its name. Oh, A-P-P-L-E, 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 an apple is its name. Oh.
Whenever people praised me, I couldn't stop smiling. But after all the adrenaline was gone, all I could think of was, now what? Felt like a never-ending cycle of having to prove myself, and still I felt like I wasn't good enough. Deep on the inside, I was filled with insecurity and fear. Yeah, so that was how I was like. Alright, the next question is, name one memorable day in your life. I still remember, it was the day I first came to church, 30th of March 2018. And to all of you who have joined us for Easter online service, here's a shout out to you. You may be able to relate to this because when I first came, it was during Easter as well. When I came to church, I saw so many people my age lifting up their hands and worshipping God. And as Pastor How preached, a sense of peace filled my heart. In that moment, I felt all my insecurities fade away. That is why, when he asked who wanted to have a relationship with God, I said yes. That day when I went home, I tried praying, God, what are your plans for me? Then three thoughts came into my mind. To make Heart of God Church my home, to dream bigger, and to bring God's love to my friends. It couldn't be my own thoughts. It had to be God speaking to me. That is why I was so sure that here in Heart of God Church is where I can grow in my walk with God, find a spiritual family, and find a greater meaning in life. That is a day I will never ever forget. Okay, and the next question is, what is your favorite memory with friends in church? This is hard because I love every moment with them. When I first joined the Connect group, I was a little nervous because I didn't know anyone. But now they are my best friends. I mean, check us out. We did everything together. Beyond the fun and laughter, I love that we can have conversations about our dreams and our encounters with God. When I was stressed out over studying for exams, they would encourage me and text me with Bible verses. I'm so thankful that I can have friends whom I can confide in when I'm going through tough seasons, and friends I can grow up together with. Oops, I went a little off track. Favorite memory? If I had to just pick one, it would be serving God together. I just felt like there was more to being a Christian, and I wanted to go deeper in my walk with God. So together with my friends, we signed up for basic ministry training where we learn about the heart behind serving God. Right now, I'm serving in a ministry that helps to plan exciting youth events. Through these events, more people can have an opportunity to encounter Jesus just like I did. My friends are also serving God as ushers. Some play instruments on the worship team. Some design the visuals you see during our services. Nothing can compare to the joy of serving God together with them. And finally, the last question. What is one thing you changed after you became a Christian? I think God grew me to love others more. As a new Christian, He reassured me that He loves me for who I am, not for my achievements, and definitely not the number of Instagram followers I have. That really helped me to overcome my insecurity. I also stopped tracking whoever unfollowed me on Instagram. However, there was still one thing that I was struggling with, and that was gossiping and making fun of others. Then God spoke to me in Romans 12 verse 2. I realized that gossiping was not cool at all. I knew I had to grow to love others. Pastor Leah also shared, do the important, not the impressive. That was a quote that I held on to. So, what is important to me? To me, it is to love others and have godly character. Instead of gossiping, I chose to be faith-filled and encouraging everywhere I went. I also started to post about what I was grateful for on my Instagram. I also set aside time to pray for my friends. When they were stressed about school, I would write notes of encouragement to them. It brings me so much joy to play a part in making someone's day. I am so grateful that with God, I could grow to love others. I'm done with the 4 questions. In closing, it's only been 2 years since I decided to become a Christian. I'm no longer the insecure girl I used to be. With God, I found a great purpose to live for, amazing friends to do life with, and a home in Heart of God Church. Today, I want to encourage you, just like how God has changed my life, He can do the same for you too. Thank you for listening to my story. See you!